Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of July 21st. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Take what resonates, and if this reading doesn't speak to you, go check out your other two signs videos for deeper messages. So Aries, we are leaving fellow cardinal sign season Cancer. Tomorrow the sun moves into Leo, fellow fire sign season, so things should start to feel a little bit more in your element. The following day, we have Mercury retrograde ending. There will still be a post shadow, but for the most part, any delays and communication hiccups should start to clear up by now. There may be just a tinge of existential dread, like in your post shadows, naturally. And then on the 25th, we have the day outside of time. It's not technically an astrology thing, but when we look at traditional calendars outside of this Gregorian calendar, which we all kind of know sucks, the traditions of, say, like the Mayan calendar is what the day outside of time is tied to, but also Egyptian calendar, their New Year's is about this time period as well. So think of when we have in the winter time between the solstice and New Year's, basically feels like there's just this whole pause, there's this freeze in time. And I like to think of it as an inhale and an exhale. You know how we inhale and then we'll hold and then we'll exhale and hold the breath in yoga, at least. This is that moment where in the wintertime it's that exhale and pause before we start to inhale and come back to warmer months again. This is that pause of we're at the top of the inhale, and this is the moment before we start to dip into colder months. You know that July and August tend to be the hottest months, even though the solstice was in like June. And this is the moment before the harvest. So this is the moment, the peak of the summer before we start to fall into that harvest, which can go between August and November, depending on where you are in the world, yeah? So let's see what we got going on for Aries. This week I'm using the Botanica Tarot, which is a deck that I got from a Leo lady. So let's see what we got going on for Aries. We have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups. And so this is you, Aries, yeah, in that more reflective state on how did these past few weeks go, assessing, yeah, the next moves that you have in the coming months. As you know, right now in a lot of the Western world, this is about vacation time. This is peak summer vacation time, or prepping to get the kids back to school time, getting ready for those fall, quarterly, whatever, blah, blah, blahs. I've never been a business person, so I wouldn't be the person to ask, but, and yeah, so you also have the Ace of Pentacles reversed in your past card here. And this is just saying that, Aries, this has been a time to just assess where your physical body is. So in the summertime, there's a few routes of things. When I was in the peak of summer in Arizona, I would get home from work and I would just heat nap, because that's all that my body could do in that oppressive temperature in my house. But, you know, but I was still relatively active. My job was active, but I was still, you know, wait till the sun went down to go for a run or something, things like that. So Aries, is that where you are? Or are you doing things like just, you know, poolside with a cool beverage, or like ice cream at the end of the day to cool off, things like that? Aries, this is just asking you, do you feel good in your physical body? But also, because it is coins, like literally coins, do you feel comfortable in your coins? It could be summertime or just inflation in general. I don't know, man. Like, things are just different. And so budgeting could be just a thing that you might be reflecting on, like as is stated in your first card. This might be a time where just reflecting on your budget and or career goals, or like money goals, things like that. And you have the Hierophant. You have the Hierophant right side up. And so Hierophant is doing the opposite of everything in that first card. That first card is very focused on you, how you are doing physically, financially, security, like stability wise in your home, that type of stuff. It's very practical, tangible things that first card is focused on. But the Hierophant wants to make sure that you are also spiritually fed. So is your life meaningful? things like that. I just literally had a conversation with somebody yesterday who has a job where they're making the most money they've ever made, but they aren't making connections with people at work. They just go do their work, which drains them and isn't very stimulating work, but they just do their work and they go home and they don't necessarily feel fulfilled. So Aries, is that something that's happening to you? Do you feel fulfilled? There's people who can do that. They can just go to work. It's a job. You make money. You go home. You're fine. But if you're coming home at the end of the day and you aren't feeling fulfilled, if you're coming home at the end of the day and you feel drained, then it might be time to assess, is this juice worth the squeeze type of stuff? Yeah, it's a thing. Because you've got the Hanged Man reversed. You got the Hanged Man reversed. Oh wait, is it reversed? No, it's actually right side up. Okay, never mind. I lied. Hanged Man right side up. Good for you. You've only got one reverse card because we're coming out of that retrograde and you're getting more control. But yeah, you're just in sort of this existential moment where with the Hangman, it's like this Mercury retrograde really showed you something, a new perspective on life. And Aries, it's up to you to decide, what do you do with this new perspective? Do you, honor these new perspectives and start to make those changes so that your life reflects them, or do you just stay where you are? And there's nothing wrong with staying where you are uncomfortable, Aries, but this is asking you, that is there room to grow right now? Yeah, that's what I have for you from the Botanica Tarot deck. But I'm going to pull one more card. Where's these decks at? It's from the Flower of Life Oracle deck. So let's see what we got going on for Aries. There's a bunch of crows on top of that roof right now. Interesting. Yeah, Mama Squirrel's in the backyard. I saw her earlier. Okay, here you are. This card is Time. You are a ray of light and love beyond time and space. When you choose to focus your attention upon the earth plane, you created a physical body to experience manifestations, and you created time. Time is a way to measure manifestations so you can fully appreciate the experience of the physical. From this moment, no longer will you make fear. Instead, you will make love in each moment, and time will incrementally show you many manifestations of that love. Yeah, so Aries, this card is literally telling you everything that we said in this last card about you don't want to just exist. The ravens have come closer to me since I looked up again. Anyways, you don't want to just exist for the sake of existing. Like I said in that example of, yes, some people are okay just going to work and coming home. Aries, people want meaning in their life. So Aries, what can you do to inspire that meaning? What can you do to just like stop and smell the roses every day? And so not everybody loves roses. I'm learning a lot about scents, and like people love perfumes that smell like grandma's. I don't. I need something that smells like botanicas, more flowers and things. So there's that. So Aries, what do you do? This raven just keeps getting closer to me. He's on my roof now, and he's like 2 feet away from the edges closest to me. It's so weird. Anyways, Aries, yeah, you're being asked to find the joy in your life, and I can't bring it to you, Aries. You have to feel it for yourself. You just shit. Fuck you. That's rude. Anyways, Aries, find the joy in your life in whatever ways that you can, and not everything has to be big and grandiose. Like, we are promoted a lot of products and things that are supposed to make us happy, but nothing makes me happier than the fact that this little dog wants to sit right here while I'm doing these, or these birds, which I wish they didn't shit in my face just now, but I get to hang out with these guys every day for the most part. I got these plants, they're hanging out with me too. I got this thing, this Easter platypus that I don't understand what a fucking Easter platypus is, but I'm happy it exists. Things like that. So Aries, just find the joy in your day-to-day, and eventually things will start to settle after we come out of this Mercury retrograde post shadow, and I'll see you next week. Bye.